Greetings, fellow members of the Esoteric Order of Gamers, and welcome to a joy of unboxing. Today I'm going to unbox Sine Tempore, and this is a big miniatures game. Look at the size of this box. This is the starting box. It's huge, but then next to it I've got this mammoth box. Look at the depth of that box. I have no idea what's in it. Huge amounts of stuff. Now, let me tell you the story behind this. And also, may I apologise just a little bit if I sound a little bit worse for wear. And the reason is that just a few hours ago, I returned from my holiday and I went to Cambodia and Laos, and I had a fantastic time. But I have actually been travelling for I don't know how many hours to get home, probably about, about 15 hours or something like that, and I haven't slept at all, and I've got jet lag. So if you notice not quite the usual amount of spring in my voice, well, now you know why. But when I got home, this was waiting on my doorstep, and I can't wait to unbox it. And of course, when I unbox a game, I have to film it and share the experience with you. Now, there's another story behind Sine Tempore, and that is I received this from a fantastic Esoteric Order of Gamers supporter. His name is Petra Sorfa, and he was so kind to actually send me this entire package as a gift, and because he enjoys the Esoteric Order of Gamers so much and he wanted to see a rules summary for this, and he just sent me an email and said, look, I've got a spare one of these. I don't know why, it's a long story, but he said, I'm going to send it to you. Now, obviously, it cost him a lot of money to send this huge package from the US down to me in New Zealand. So I'd really like to express my huge gratitude to Petra. He was so generous to do this, and I just appreciate it so much. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something right here at the Order of Gamers to get such lovely people to send me a gift free of charge, just out of the kindness of their heart. There really are some lovely people out there in the gaming world. So Petra, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it more than words can say. So let's have a look inside Sine Tempore and see what we've got. Now, Sine Tempore is a 1 to 4 player game. It's cooperative, and it looks like some sci-fi action. There's an AI for the bad guys. But apart from that, I don't know a huge amount about it because I didn't follow the original Kickstarter campaign. The publisher is Ludus Magnus Studio, and the Kickstarter campaign started back in 2017. It took quite a while to deliver, but it seems to be all finished and delivered now. It raised 655,000 US, and obviously was quite successful. So let's have a look inside the box. And of course, we've got a rule book on the top. Let's see, it's quite thick. Looks like there's a lot to it. Now, as I said, I don't know much about this game at all at this stage. The style of the miniatures perhaps reminds me a little bit of the Mutant Chronicles universe, though I'm not sure if that's an apt comparison. But it looks like there's a lot of stuff in here. We've got some tiles, we've got lots of miniatures, character cards, all that kind of thing. And there's sort of a rondel system here which is used for the AI that you're fighting against. But quite a lot of rules. Of course, I will be doing a rules summary and reference for this game. Here's our rules. There you go, there's colony sheets. I don't know, I think you visit various colonies and tackle threats. We'll see. So there's our rulebook. We've got a campaign book, so there's a campaign in here as well. Looks like a lot of content. There we go, experience and advancement training. It's pretty full on, isn't it? Map legend, and here we go. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Temple raid on the hunt for stupid rocks. Machinations of doom. So these are obviously all the scenarios, and looks like there's quite a lot of them. There we go. Lots and lots of content there. So let's get into the stuff. What do we have here? Ah, interesting. Not sure what these are. Perhaps some kind of skill advancement sheet. Yes, it does. Looks quite influenced by video games, doesn't it? There's all the various skills, and these seem to be for the 4 different main characters as well, so they all seem to have distinctive skill trees. Wow, that's very nice. Here are our characters. So we've got Andromeda 2.0, Atchab, we've got Alexandra, and Jukas, I think. These are these nice double board things, so counters can go into these wells, which is nice. And nice and thick, which is good. Lovely and thick. What do we have here? This looks like some kind of card deck, large cards. The escape, the bridge. These might be linked to the scenarios in some way. Not sure what these do. Perhaps that's how you randomly choose scenarios. I'm not sure. Got that deck. And what do we have here? Genesis. This appears to be a map of a spaceship. So perhaps this is things you can do on the spaceship in between battles. This is the colony world. It's all fought on a colony world, so we have different locations here for different battles on this colony world. That looks nice. We have a reference sheet, and it's a nice thick reference sheet too, with a sort of linen finished paper, which is very nice. There it is. Right, into the cardboard. Here we go. We've got some tiles, and I don't know, this makes some kind of object. More tiles. Very brightly coloured. Looks like some doors there. Lots of stuff. Oh, this is the AI rondelle, and this determines, I believe, the order of activation of the various bad guys. It's a lot larger than I thought. That's a nice dominating table element. And then we have some tiles that looks like sort of alien terrain. Double-sided, of course. More counters. And strange objects. More counters. A line of sight tool. More terrain, more counters, lots of cardboard. More, perhaps this is some kind of alien tree. Wow. Oh gee, it just goes on and on, doesn't it? More stuff, more doors. Oh, and then some large tiles. That's good to see. Some nice large illustrated tiles. 2 different types of terrain. And that looks like some kind of strange throne room. As you can see, we're operating on a grid system. This almost has a fantasy feel, doesn't it, rather than sci-fi? Oh, and down to the miniatures. Look at all these. And we've got a couple of trays worth. I'll have a closer look at those in a moment. First, we've got some big, chunky square dice with icons on them. A very large deck of standard size cards. And it looks like we have various characters here. It's kind of got a science fantasy feel, doesn't it? There's these psionics, fauns, primevals, things like that. Big guy. And we've got stats and skills and weapons and all that sort of standard skirmish stuff. And then we get into items, it looks like. Guns, suits of armour, healers, weapons, all kinds of useful items to help you in your battles. Mushroom. Some mushrooms, other alien objects. These look like various terrain elements. So, lots of variety there. Then we've got a deck of small cards. And there's various strange creatures. And again, more items, med kits. Oh, it looks like various types of wounds as well. Cracked ribs, fractured arm, amnesia. So there's mental conditions as well. Dear oh dear. Yep, wounds, resources. And I don't know what they are. Events. And yes, characters. There's also some coloured bases, which is becoming standard for these types of games, so you can differentiate the various characters and protagonists. And some pieces for spinners or cardboard pieces that give you different stats. Okay, let's look at the miniatures, and on first glance they look very nice indeed. There's a lot of detail there. They look nicely moulded. Plastic is good quality. There's even a company logo on the bottom. Strange creatures. Look, these are kind of these sort of half fantasy, half sci-fi creatures. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these guys. And then you get a whole stack of these as well. Looks like another 10 of these who've got some kind of huge gun as well. And they look nasty, don't they? They're kind of like sci-fi imps. Like it, like the moulded bases too. Very nice quality miniatures. I'm really, quite impressed by these. There are 5 of these characters, which look great. And as you can see, lots of detail in the sculpt. Need a little bit of hot water treatment just to straighten that up, but a very nice figure. These seem to be the 4 main characters, and they're quite lovely. Look at the detail in that. You can see the little cigar sticking out of his mouth there. Really detailed armour. It's got a bit of an anime feel as well. That's a very impressive figure. I'm really impressed by these. A female character there. Very much the heroic proportions, of course, but this is sci-fi, I guess. With a big gun. This guy, I'm really liking this 4-armed fellow. Where's he? 4? No, 6 arms. Wow. This one is very impressive. Flaming staff, jetpack, really is science fantasy. And a great base. Okay, in the next tray they get a bit bigger. We've got this double weaponed dude. There are 5 of these. Then there are 5 of this impressive looking guy. Again, needs a bit of straightening there, but otherwise beautiful. Very detailed shield, and these sort of back jointed legs. Here's another female character. Bit more of a fantasy feel for that one. This could even be some kind of spell. And finally, this big chunky demon guy with chunky armor and big axes. He's obviously the baddest guy in the core set. Well, that's what you get in the core set of Sine Tempore, and very impressive it is. A whole heap of miniatures, heaps and heaps of cardboard tiles and counters, a big campaign book, good solid character sheets, rules. It looks like a very impressive package, and it's amazing how companies that I hadn't heard of before, Ludus Magnus, has produced such an professional looking package. Really looking forward to getting this one to the table. But that's just the core set. I've got this other huge thing over here. Oh, look, it's so big I'm going to have to pull the camera back. And here it is. It's a monster. It's called Black Hole, and I have no idea what's in this box, but I assume it's heaps and heaps of extra stuff for the game. There's no indication on the outside of what's in here. Wow, so much stuff. Looks like I've got a lot of painting to come back to after my holiday. Let's open up this huge box. I don't know where I'm going to store it. I really am running out of room here in my studio for new games. I'm going to have to put up some new shelves. Right, let's take off the lid. Oh. It's a bit of an airlock here. It's so big. Pressure differential. Whew. All right. Black hole. What is this? It's a big rule book. Welcome to the black hole. As its name implies, inside this box a new universe is waiting for you. A universe with all the marvels unlocked during the Kickstarter campaign. So this is all extra stuff. If this is stretch goals, there were certainly a lot of stretch goals in the campaign. Wow. So we've got, oh yes, look, heaps. New heroes, new enemy types, enemy miniatures, cards, nightmare mode enemy cards, new map tiles, map connectors, equipment cards, scenic elements. More of everything. Wow. This is sort of, you know, after 4 heroes, suddenly you've got all these extra heroes, which is great. This looks like the crew of a spaceship. Wow, pets. New skills, tokens. There's a new bad guys. Solo mode. There's a solo mode. Unbelievable. Going ape. Ooh, cybernetic apes. Who doesn't like cybernetic apes? And vampires. Oh, this is great. There you go. What's this? Hydra. Don't even know what this is. This looks like a new beastie with a mission to go with it. Called the Hydra. There it is. Ancestral Wrath. That's good. Oh, we've got a lovely little bag. Always like a little themed cloth bag. That's a lovely touch. We've got some new counters. New cards. They look in the style of the other ones in the core set. Thanks to our backers. Here's the all the backers, all the people who supported this game, and there are heaps and heaps of them. I'm absolutely privileged to have a set, even though I didn't back it, thanks to my friend Petra. So, into the cardboard, lots of counters, lots of icons, lots going on there. More counters, counters and map tiles. Wow, certainly heaps of stretch goals, that's for sure. More tiles. There's a completely different board. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a ruined spaceship or something in the snow. Another one. More tiles. Don't know what this is. These are the individual strips for these new characters. Let's have a look on the other side. No, nothing on the other side. And more of that with more counters. And more. And more. The cardboard alone is unbelievable. More tiles. Wow. So, what do we have here? Okay, these look like the skill sheets for the new characters. We've seen those before. Quite a few of those. These, I don't know, these are for the new monsters, I guess. Let's have a look. Wow, they really have churned out a lot of stuff here. New characters, heaps and heaps of them. Strange little impish characters. It's got a really unique feel, doesn't it? Some other kind of character board. More character boards, lots and lots of them, because we have all these new heroes. Wow, enough variety here to last you forever. There's another one. Oh, and another one. More cards, more cards. More little cards. Oh, wow, and more miniatures. We've got a tray there, we've got another tray there, and we have another tray down the bottom, and heaps of cards as well. So much stuff. Amazing. Let's look at these miniatures. You know, often for these Kickstarter campaigns, I mean, the core sets are great, but due to reasons of economy, they usually repeat a lot of figures. But often you'll find the stretch goals are where you get a whole lot of variety and really interesting sculpts in the miniatures. And this seems to be no exception. There's all kinds of different styles going on here, and they're all really nicely sculpted. In fact, some of these guys I could happily use for other sci-fi games like Core Space, for example. And some of these sort of half demon, half sci-fi things are really quite unique. Going to be a challenge to paint, but a really interesting challenge. And then suddenly you'll have, like, you know, a cybernetic robot kind of, I don't know what that is. So maybe a bit cyberpunk as well. Of course, these are quite large scale, they're quite a heroic scale. But overall, the sculpting and certainly the creativity is off the charts. Look at this thing. How disturbing is that? I don't even know what's going on there. Now, I'm not showing you absolutely every miniature here because there are heaps, but these all seem to be kind of one-off characters. I've got some kind of dog thing there. And then we move on to this tray and we get some very strange looking things, and we've got these in multiples. There are 3 of these weird things which sort of remind me of some kind of Baba Yaga thing. These look like undead creatures. Some kind of, sci-fi demon thing with a gun. Really interesting, isn't it? Sort of seductive succubus type demon creature. This is some kind of little cherub type guy with a dagger. There are all about 5 or 6 of each of these various sculpts. There's a few bits of terrain as well, little bits and bobs like this. You're getting into some real chunky miniatures here, and they're lovely. Look at this cybernetic warrior or guy in armour. It's beautiful. You could use this in any number of games. I'm really seeing more of the cyberpunk feel here. Someone on a motorbike here with a katana. This guy's got a bit of a sort of Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Lord feel, doesn't he? Here's our cybernetic ape, which is great. He'd look right at home in a game of AT-43. Another huge demon guy in armour. A beautiful robot or guy in armour. Again, a gorgeous figure, and really well sculpted, and I'm not seeing much in the way of flash lines or mould lines or anything either. Very clean, sharp sculpts. None of the detail is missing. There's obviously a sense of humour at play here too. This looks like the guy from the Star Wars ripoff by Mel Brooks, doesn't it? What was he? Black Helmet or Big Helmet or something? And then finally, to cap it off, this Hydra. And this reminds me of Lords of Hellas. It's got that sort of ancient Greek meets technology feel. But a stunning figure. And it comes with a moulded base too, which I think is a really lovely touch. I do like moulded bases. It takes another step out of the whole process of painting and preparing the miniatures. That is stunning. And I might add, gazillions of cards. I mean, look at this. I mean, how do they afford to make these astonishingly huge productions? There's so much variety here. I'm really looking forward to trying this game out. I really hope it supports this level of variety, because there's just heaps of stuff going on here. Hope the system works well. I've read a few reviews and they seem to be positive. A few people have said it's very luck-based, but, you know, that doesn't bother me. I like a bit of luck in my skirmish combat games. There you have it, my friends, Sine Tempore, and what an impressive package it is, especially with that huge black box, the black hole, which gave me all those extra miniatures, and there's enough painting there to last me till doomsday. I'll be painting a lot, and when I do get to play this game, of course, I'll tell you all about it. I will be doing a rules summary as well. And again, forgive me if I'm a little bit more subdued than usual. As I said, I've spent a lot of time on flights over the last 24 hours. In fact, to me, I woke up this morning in Phnom Penh in Cambodia, and here I am in New Zealand, and I haven't had any sleep in between. But I had to bring you this straight away because it looks so good. So check it out if you're interested in this game. And again, my warmest, most sincere, most effusive thanks to Petra, who sent me this fantastic package. I am so grateful, mate. Thank you very, very much. And I will get a great rules summary to you so you can use it for your copy. Hope you've enjoyed watching this. It's the Esoteric Order of Gamers, of course. Orderofgamers.com is where you'll find me. There's this YouTube channel, which I'd love you to subscribe to if you haven't already. Don't forget to click all notifications. And also there's the Facebook page, the Twitter page, the Instagram page. Sign up to them all and make sure you don't miss a thing from the Esoteric Order of Gamers. And if you enjoy my content, please go to my Patreon page at patreon.com/esotericorder and support my work. Every little bit helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.